Hi, my name is Adam Winnig, and in this video series, I'm gonna transparently document my journey to getting funded $500,000 with prop firms. But the catch is, I'm going to attempt to do this all without losing a single dollar to prop firm challenge fees by 100% hedging my account, making an almost infinite asymmetric risk to reward trading opportunity. I'm going to be using an incredible algorithmic trading bot that we've been creating over the past 4 years called TitanX, and a unique trading philosophy we call prop farming that's now helped over 650 people become funded prop firm traders. Now, warning, this is a complete experiment. I may succeed and I also may fail and fall flat on my face. So make sure that you stay tuned each week to see what happens. Okay, so in this very first episode, episode 0, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the foundation for the overall strategy of exactly how we're going to go about getting funded $500,000 without ever losing one single dollar to prop firm challenge fees. And then on the following episodes, I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm doing and update you on the results and my progress as we go throughout this journey together. And last month, my partner Joe did a similar series where he was using TitanX and the prop farming process, and he ended up getting funded over $1 million worth of trading capital in just 14 weeks. But this is my attempt to one-up him and do it without ever losing a dollar to prop firm fees. Okay, so here's the game plan. So I'm gonna be prop firm agnostic, meaning that I don't really care which prop firm that we're gonna be trading on. I'm either gonna trade on the 5%ers, the funded trader program, True Forex funds, E8, or FTMO. And I'm basically gonna look for the best strategy regardless of which prop firm it's on, and I'm only going to do $100,000 accounts. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this is what we call our prop farming leaderboard, and I absolutely love it. The way that it works is we have a community of literally hundreds of members that are all testing different strategies with our algorithms, and what happens is anytime they run a back test, the strategy gets uploaded to this leaderboard. So it's kind of like a video game. If you remember back in the day when you go to an arcade, you'd play the video game and then you'd die. And then it'd say, you got 750,000 points. You rank number 3 on today's leaderboard. Well, that's exactly what this is, but for traders. So we can easily see what strategies are working in the market right now. So just for example, I'll show you how this works. I can see here the strategy name. I can also see on which symbol it's traded and also which time frame, which this is the 1 minute for gold. I can also see that this strategy has been on the leaderboard for 47 days. And since November 30th, had I started a new prop firm challenge on every single day since November 30th of 2023, it would have had a 99% pass rate and nearly a 98% pass rate over the course of the last 12 weeks. It also gives it a recency score, which is our custom scoring algorithm, which basically says how well this strategy's been performing recently. It shows if the strategy has been back tested and forward tested. And then most importantly, we can come in here and we can see the results of how this strategy's performed had you had started a new prop firm challenge each day. And you can see this results are really, really impressive. You can see we had one fail here on November 17th. And then any marks that you see right here where it has these two little lines, this means that this is actual forward tested data, not just back tested data, but this is how it's performed in the real live markets. You can see the result here. You can also see things like how many EPs it hits or times it took a loss. You can see how many days it took on average. So it's really pretty cool. So I'm gonna be using this, and then I'm gonna make it really simple where I can just download this specific strategy by clicking on the download button. I'll select my 100K account size, and then I'll just download the strategy and load it up into my trading terminal. Now, again, I might not always use the 5%ers. I may use True Forex funds, depending on whichever strategy I see is fit. And I'll update you guys each week on which strategy that I'm choosing and why I'm choosing this particular strategy, and ultimately what the result was. So this is what I'm going to be setting up on my prop firm challenge account is one of the strategies from our prop farming leaderboard. And then the second thing is here's how I'm going to attempt to do it without ever losing a dollar. So I'm going to set up our Titan robot from the prop farming leaderboard on my challenge account. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my own personal account, which I've happened to do with a broker called LQDFX. I'll include a link in the description below if you want to use them as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a separate account and I'm going to hedge the account. So meaning that if on my challenge account, I'm taking buy trades, then on my personal account, I'm taking sell trades. So what does this mean? This means that even if I ended up failing my prop firm challenge, I'm going to attempt to make the challenge fee back on my personal account. So that way I'm not out of pocket anything. And when I first heard about this, I was like, This is brilliant, and that's why I'm so excited about this. So just to give you a rough idea of the numbers. So I'm gonna be taking $100,000 accounts, challenges. They're gonna cost on average about $500, give or take, depending on the prop firm. And I'm gonna fund my real account with 3 times the amount of the challenge fee. So I'm gonna fund it with $1,500. Now, here's how this plays out. So let's say that you can think of my prop firm account as like the master account, and then my real account with the $1,500 in it is like the slave account. And exactly, if I'm taking a buy on the master account, I'll take a sell on the slave account. If I'm taking a sell on the master account, I'll take a buy on the real account. So I'm hedging my risk. So let's see how this plays out. So first things first is, let's say we're on phase 1 and we fail phase 1. That means we would lose the $500 test fee, but we'd make $500 on my real personal account. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna withdraw that $500 that I made, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take another prop firm test. And this is why, to me, I don't really care if I win or lose or what my ratio is so much, because even if I lose, I'm not losing any money. So it's an infinite risk to reward opportunity. Now, let's say on phase 1, we happen to pass. That's great, thumbs up, but our real account lost $500. So the real account balance is now started at $1,500, lost $500, now at $1,000, and I'm gonna move on to phase 2. Now, in phase 2, if I go out and I lose phase 2, that means that I lost my $500 account, but I made $1,000 on my actual real account, which means that the account balance is now back up to $2,000, which means that I made a net profit of $500. And so again, I'm back to break even. I'm just going to withdraw that fee, that $500, and I'm gonna rinse and repeat the process. But let's say that I pass phase 1 and I get to phase 2, and I happen to pass phase 2, then I'm gonna be down another $500, but I'm also going to get funded $100,000. So that's the risk to reward. It's gonna cost me about $1,500 to get funded $100,000 worth of trading capital, which to me, all day is a great opportunity. And I know that on my first fund, when I get my funded account, if I just make profit, then I'll also get this $500 challenge fee reimbursed to me from the prop firm. Now, I'm not gonna go deep into the funded account strategy because there's a lot of different ways that we could trade the funded account, but just to give you an idea, this is how we can not lose money either way. Let's say that on our funded account, we get $100,000 and we go for a $10,000 profit target, which I know is quite aggressive. But let's just say hypothetical, we go for a $10,000 profit target. We have an 80% profit split. I'm gonna deposit $2,000 into this funded account. Now here, even if I fail to make my $10,000 target, yes, I'm going to lose my $500 fee, but I'm going to make $2,500 on my real account. So the new real account balance is $5,000. And if you look at the net gain, I've net gained $1,000, even though I failed the funded account, okay? And again, I'll include this spreadsheet here so you can play around with it. You can put in different account sizes, all this different sort of stuff. If you want to do a 50K account, 25 account, et cetera, 200K account. But there you go. And then if I pass and I make my $10,000 account target, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my $500 challenge fee back. My real account will have lost $2,500, but I'll have a net gain of $4,500, and I'll get to keep the funded account and hopefully make additional payouts. Now, if any of this was a little bit confusing, I have another video on our YouTube channel where we went over this a little bit more in depth. You can just search our channel and you'll be able to see that. But I'll let you play around with this spreadsheet for yourself, but hopefully this makes sense. If I'm taking a buy on my challenge account, I'm taking a sell on my actual real account. So that way the idea is that I'm not losing any money to prop firm fees. Now, when it comes to this funded account, by the way, some people have come up with the idea that they're not going to hedge their funded account and they're just okay with not hedging the funded account, which is totally up to you. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there and we start getting some funded accounts. But for now, I'm just gonna be hedging phase 1 and phase 2. So that way I'm not losing any money on prop firm challenge fees and I'm 100% in the green. So let me show you how this works in real life. So you can see here, I have my Think Markets, or the funded trader challenge account here loaded up. And then over here, you can see I have my real account balance, which is with LQDFX, and these are just demos for demonstration purposes. So here's how it works. So you can see we had 2 trading days on January 15th here. We took a buy trade on my challenge account and we lost $195. And on my slave account or on my personal account, we took a sell and we made $3.39. Okay. Now, on the 16th of January, we had a sell trade that ended up making $395. And on my slave account, we had a buy trade that ended up losing $10. So as you can see, it's perfectly inversely trading or hedging the account. And this is the whole entire idea behind the show. I think this is the greatest asymmetric risk to reward opportunity in trading. It cuts your downside risk to almost zero, which is really pretty cool. And by the way, if you'd like to try this out for yourself, then you can apply to become a member at www.propfarming.com, where you'll get access to our leaderboard, the hedge bot, this entire strategy, all that sort of stuff, and we'll set you up with a one-on-one success coach. So with that being said, I'm really excited to do this series and to share with you what happens. And I'm also a little bit nervous because I've never done this before, and ultimately it is an experiment. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to work out because it's pretty much just basic math. So with that being said, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you don't miss the next episode of the show, where we're actually going to begin trading a real challenge account.